What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. We're in downtown Chicago for the DNC convention, but 1 month ago, we were 90 miles that way in Milwaukee for the RNC convention, and it was shockingly different. Milwaukee and Chicago are kind of similar cities and similar regions of the country, right? It's not too far away, and the differences between the convention are shocking. The major difference, however, is not the cringe level of the speeches. It's not the fact that it's like open Marxists on stage talking about property confiscation here in the DNC. And it's not the fact that the candidate is fake, the platform is fake, the job number is fake here at the DNC, and everybody here is just a bunch of frauds. The real difference is the danger. There was exactly 0 protesters at the RNC. If there were protesters, like inside of the hall, screaming at President Trump or screaming at the attendees or tearing the fences down, we would have covered it. I would have been there. We were live the entire RNC convention. We were ubiquitous on site. We had a team there at all times. There was nothing. There was nobody screaming down the speeches in the convention hall. There was nobody tearing down the gates or the ramparts. None of that. Here at the DNC, however, like outside of our hotel, there are tons of police officers and armed security guards in every square inch of the hotel, and all around the city. There are boarded up shops, there are boarded up stores, there are people who are walking and living in fear, and there are a lot of angry protesters, including the Stephen Colbert show, who is filming here this week. Weird, why didn't Stephen Colbert go film at the RNC convention? It's almost as though the entire regime is a propaganda machine for Democrats. Stephen Colbert has his show here, and they had to bring police outside because there were so many protesters trying to protest Nancy Pelosi, who went on the show. Nonetheless, the protesters got inside of the show and began to scream down at Nancy Pelosi. How unpopular it got to be that these people would be so committed to go to scream at Nancy Pelosi. While in the show, these people stood in line for who knows how long to yell, and Nancy Pelosi could barely get a word out. It was pretty harsh when you're doing a comedy show. It sounded like...
Let me just say this.
I'm not asking you to tell me what he said. I'm just curious, was that a difficult
conversation? Wouldn't that be your next question? Let's just say this. What's really important about what happened is what comes next. And what comes next is we're going to elect Kamala Harris.
There's a protest going on in the audience right now. Hold on, young lady, I can hear you. The subject is on Israel and Palestine. Yeah. And if you'll have a seat, we have to go to the commercial break. When we come back, I will ask the next question I had on that subject, if you will listen, okay?
Right now, we just got word earlier today that Israel had agreed to the ceasefire agreement. We're hoping that Hamas will too. War has no role in a civilized society. We have to learn more about trust and peace and learning about each other rather than to have...
Hold on 1 second. Would you like to respond to what they're saying?
Yeah, well, what I was saying
is... Will you listen to her response if she...
They're screaming, I can't hear them, but to those who have
They've
that
said
question...
that the United States should not have any role in supplying Israel arms to kill the people of Gaza now. Well, that's what they're saying.
Israel has a right to defend itself, but there must be a two-state solution. You cannot have peace unless you have a two-state... Unless you have a two-state solution, we'll not have a resolution of this. And that is a time of opposition.
Please don't interrupt my guests.
Yeah.
We're a live show, so we have to go at this point. Please come again. We can continue the conversation about your book.
But I have to say, isn't it great to be in Chicago?
So the 84-year-old Democrat Pelosi, clearly very flustered here. This is exactly the same tactics that these people have used with Barack Obama and Bill Clinton.
Shame on you, Joe Biden!
And Joe Biden.
Shame on you!
This was in New York.
You are f***ing genocide of Palestine! And no amount of full concern that you dare!
This was being moderated by Jimmy Kimmel. In fact, on Jimmy Kimmel's program, Kamala Harris got heckled and screamed at.
15,000 children died because of you! Stop the genocide! You're a murderer! 15,000 children died! Kamala Harris!
It's good to have you back.
Stop. Not thinking. He's like Joe Biden said he saw.
You're interrupting my flow. All right. Anybody else? If anyone else has anything to say, this is the time.
1.9 million people.
You're a war criminal! Genocide of Palestinian children!
Man, they just keep going. It is just so great. In fact, at Kamala Harris's own Christmas party, there were protesters inside of Kamala Harris's house. You think this is going to end?
We pray with you. We do so much work together. And just in this holiday season, which should be a joyful time of year,
Madam Vice
we just
President,
wanted to
I'm
have
a
the
big fan of Delaware.
opportunity
Did you know that in Bethlehem they're not
way
celebrating
of knowing how much
Did you know that in Bethlehem, baby Jesus hung for rubble? Why did you vote for Bethlehem?
democracy and the right of everyone to have their voice
Why
be
did you
heard.
vote for a
And so
ceasefire?
I appreciate you wanting to be heard, but right now I'm speaking.
Vote for a ceasefire now.
Yeah, right now I'm speaking. Okay, got it. The soul-crushing villainy of the Batman villains who make up the modern Democrat Party. Who do you truly have to sell your soul to be part of this embarrassing charade? Nancy Pelosi chanting during Joe Biden's speech, "We love Joe." Yeah. They don't have a real party. They don't have real support. Their own party is like at total and complete civil war. They can't even go out and walk out in the streets safely. And the city itself is burning down. They were literally burning down and burning American flags in the streets last night. We saw it live on our program. So it's a party in chaos. It's a party filled with people who really can't think or function for themselves, and duplicitous leaders who will do anything for power. And systems like that always fail. The systems that are built on so much corruption, they always fail. You cannot survive on that on this level of corruption. I think the whole goal here now with Kamala is not to win the presidency. I think the goal here is to save the House and the Senate. I'm more convinced of that than ever. But time to not give these people even like a chance, right? Make sure that you're prepared for November and ready to vote. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.